It was a stormy night in October when Linda, a 32-year-old nurse, moved into her new countryside home. Nestled on the edge of a dense forest, the property was quiet, far removed from the bustling city she was accustomed to. She had hoped this change of pace would give her some peace, but peace was the last thing she found. The first few nights were uneventful. She unpacked her belongings, got familiar with the house, and even ventured into the forest during daylight. The neighbors were scarce, and she only met an older couple who lived a few miles away. They warned her about wandering too far into the woods after dark, claiming it wasn't safe. Linda dismissed it as small-town superstition. On the fifth night, a fierce thunderstorm rolled in. Lightning lit up the sky and the wind howled through the trees. Linda was curled up on the couch with a book when she heard it. A knock at the door. It was sharp, deliberate, and sent a chill down her spine. She glanced at the clock. It was nearly midnight. Nobody should be visiting at this hour, especially in this remote area. The knock came again, louder this time. Her heart raced as she approached the door. Looking through the peephole, she saw nothing but darkness. "Hello," she called out, her voice trembling. No answer. She hesitated, then unlocked the door and opened it just a crack. The porch was empty, rain pouring in sheets. She stepped outside cautiously, her bare feet wet against the cold wood. A flash of lightning illuminated the yard, and that's when she saw them. Footprints, fresh and deep, leading from the muddy path to her porch, but none leading away. She felt a wave of unease. Whoever knocked had vanished, and yet the prints were there. Linda rushed back inside, locking the door behind her. She turned on every light in the house, her eyes darting to the windows. Minutes passed, then hours. The storm continued to rage, but there were no more knocks. The next morning, she examined the yard. The footprints were gone, washed away by the rain. She convinced herself it was just her imagination, maybe a branch hitting the door in the wind. But that night, the knocking returned. This time it was more insistent. When she looked through the peephole, she could faintly make out a shadowy figure standing at the edge of the porch, its features obscured by the darkness. She screamed, but the figure didn't move. The knocks turned into pounding, shaking the door on its hinges. Linda grabbed her phone to call the police, but when she turned back to the door, the pounding had stopped. The figure was gone. When the police arrived, they found no signs of forced entry, no footprints, and no evidence of anyone being there. They dismissed her story as paranoia, but Linda knew what she had seen. The knocking continued every night after that, always at the same time, always without explanation. Linda eventually left the house, unable to endure the terror any longer. To this day, the house stands empty, and the locals claim that anyone who moves in won't stay for long. The knocks always come back. Have you ever faced the unknown? Share your story below. We're listening.